My microphone was muted again. I'm gonna be merging the demo changes back into the main branch because I was actually able to fix some issues, and also make some changes to the HUD which I need in the main branch. But for now, I am gonna demonstrate what are the changes exactly, because these happened off stream. Oh, there are, okay, so I can't really demonstrate it that way because the changes are in the code. I am ridiculous. There is actually one thing to demonstrate, and I'm gonna demonstrate it after this. But for the time being, the HUD has been updated, and updated in such a way that I fixed some of the conditioning, because when the second level was being loaded, sometimes, depending on what the score was for the gems or the lives, it would crash because it tried to address an element in the string that didn't exist at the time, depending on the score. For that purpose, I did a method called digit normalizer. And where is the digit normalizer? And what this does is, depending on how long the initial string casted from the int is, it will add either 2 zeros, 1 0, have 99 to display just 99 even if it has more, or returns the entire thing. That's because lives should only really be 2 integers long. Two integers long, even if it is just zeros. This way it actually does comply. Similar thing with the gems, and we will have to be making a similar thing with the score. Now, as for the demonstrable changes for the demo, most of the level data has been changed. And this has to do with just getting the levels to run. There are no more shortcuts at the beginning. And the jump has been changed. The jump no longer stops you mid-walking, but the jump itself is a little lower as well, and it's harder to jump. There are still reported issues on some platforms, like the enemies not moving or animating, but I do not know what to do about that because only really one person has had this issue. With the way that the jump is implemented right now, it will try to move you forwards. That's because there is still some energy left, and essentially you still bounce back from the blocks. However, it does feel better to play overall. The physics will be tweaked down the line even more. This is not final, but the current JSON demo should feel like a game now, I suppose. And I have died. Anyway, that's about it for the demonstratable changes. The up-to-date version is available on the HIO page, and it is JSON demo 2. I'm gonna pin that message. Why is there my browser? No, thank you. I'm gonna pin the direct post itself, I think. There we go. Enjoy. Right. What we wanna do today is merge this back into the main branch. No, not the main branch, the HUD branch. So we switch to the hot branch and merge the JSON data into it. Merge into current branch from JSON. Right, and we push. And continue on the hot branch with the score. Now, before I go any further, I need some background sound, because that's actually it for catching up. This took 3 hours, but it's done. No, thank you. I would like some audio. Maybe we'll actually do some music making later, but for now, let's just have this. I hope this is not too loud. Okay. Reload all. Oh, there is one more thing to demonstrate about the game. If I go into the desert level, warning 14. 14 what? Game, hello. Okay, something's wrong. Let me just restart this. Oh, it's getting stuck on a breakpoint. In the desert level, the level itself has been shortened, but that's because some of the blocks are now actually solid that you don't have to fly over everything anymore. I basically added more solidity just for the demo. So all of the slope tiles are now actually solid, while the straight ones are still well, glitched, I suppose. So that's there to just help the player along a little. Right. For the life we had 2 elements, for the gems we have 3 elements, and for the score we need 6. No, 8. So let's just go here. Oh yeah, because of the digit normalizer method, I was able to simplify the code at render time as well. So I'm actually gonna delete all of the pointless comments here. Well, they had a point, but not anymore. I'm actually storing the points anywhere. Point score tally. Let's comment this out for a second and see where the score is actually supposed to be. The score is supposed to be at 9 8x8 tiles behind or before the gem score. So actually we don't even need to do that, because our first position of where it is on the HUD, we are overriding it anyway, so we just need to generate objects with offset. That's literally it. Yeah, we just need offset. Mm-hmm. 8 of them, please. I'm hoping to actually add the score to the demo as well. That way you can see that the enemies actually give you something. And the last one. Right, let's add the score into the digit normalizer. Actually, I think it is better to do a case here. Switch on normalize int dot toString dot length. Case 0. Case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it is a 0, then we just return itself, but with more zeros. Return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And essentially this is everything for everything. Actually, we can actually skip a case here, I think. No, I want to return 8 zeros by default if there is nothing. This should work. Now let's go into the method that actually updates them. score. Let's keep the naming consistent. Where is my update HUD? Set HUD lives, set HUD gems, set HUD scores. Score. Point score tally. What is this method? Oh, it takes the list score numbers, goes here. Generate. This looks too complicated. Oh, wait. Yeah, this looks a little complicated. I need to simplify this as well because there's like 8 score elements that I need to update. For some reason it's doing the regexing here as well. Can we just use the normalizer again? Score. And then this is for each the sprites in HUD objects. So we don't actually need to check the score here because it's always gonna be something, even if it is 0. What a sprite in HUD objects. And we just wanna do it if it is a specific element. Switch case again. Sprite tag. Case. Score element 0. Score numbers. Zero. Display data int 0. No, wait. I want to do it instead like this. We have the normalized, so this needs to be normalized 0. Normalized 0 to string. Oh wait, this does not work. Int parse to string. Break. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same here. Maybe we should just normalize it into a string in the main loop itself. That'll actually save some processing, maybe. And just like call it once a frame. No, that's kind of the problem. It is calling once a frame right now. We want to... What do we want to? Modify it when it is necessary, but not right now. But yeah, this should technically work. Okay, now we need to go to update camera and update the real position of the update player camera. Update sprite HUD, camera position X, and update the things here. There's 3 loops here. Can these just all be in one? No, we need to check for the name of the element as well. Although this should technically work with one loop as well. I'm probably just dumb. Score element, please. Right, where did this need to be? If the first element is at negative 168, then 176, 184, then this one needs to be minus 9 times 8. What is that? 72. We need to subtract 72 from this. That is like... $96. That looks correct. And then we just keep adding 8 to get them in the correct position. D6. 142. Is this? No, I'm 144. Let's see if this works. It doesn't because we didn't add it into the level data. So what we need to add is score into where the score needs to be. Well, roughly needs to be. Level data. Hot lives. Let's just add it here. Score. Nope. One to the left score. Wait, is that it? One, two, three, 3B, 4. No. 5 and 6. We have a loading error. What is the last error? I have enabled debugging, so it should give me a text file with the error as well. Where is my soup? My soup here. Index was outside the bounds of the array. It did not give me the full text. Line 276. Demo game. Where is demo game? What's on line 276? Game state handler. It tried to call something. Demo game RF line 1284. What is at line 1284? There was a go-to line function, I forgot where it was. View. One to wait for. Here. 950. Why am I not dumping this stack? 1533. One 724. What is it? What is it doing here? $119 in Sprite 2D. I am gonna have to dump the stack. So whenever it throws an error, it will have to wait. Where do I do this? Log trace. Show runtime generic error. This is true. Does this work? No. Right. What is it? One 829. Edit. What's the line? Say the line, Bart. The line is 1829. It's trying to add the last digit, but it is not being normalized correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 elements, but it is not digit normalizer. Is the digit normalizer returning anything proper? Score. Case Z. It's returning 7 zeros. Do I need to add a 0 to each of these? Yeah, I do. Let's try it now. Okay, this is funky. Oh, the useless errors are now triggering as well. Okay, one of the zeros gets left behind, but at least we got the elements appearing. And the 8th element is not being updated its position. So we need to go into the updated thingy. Technically the gems should be adding score. And let's log the score every frame as well. Although, I do need to be right back. I'm back. Right. Update. Set out score. Actually, let's print out what the normalized thing is. Log info. Normalized. The normalized I think the normalization is happening the wrong way. The zeros are being added to the end. We need them at the start. However, this is not correct. Because if it has score, we want to add this score. So our normalization has to take that into account. It does. Or should. That's what the case is for. Well, let's flip this and see if it fixes anything. This sounds AI. Is this the correct? Do we get score? No. I think the update method is not... What is the point score tally? Normalized plus point score tally. Does this change? Or am I calling update HUD? Even. I think I want logging off for now. This is just too much. Score is 350 and the digits are 5 zeros and 350. This should be correct now. But nothing is appearing on the HUD. Right. The score exists. It doesn't get shown on the HUD. Set HUD score. We have the normalized. Score element 0. Are the names correct even? No, this is what updates the thing. We need to update the sprites themselves. And that happens somewhere else. Yeah, for lives we edit the HUD here. For sprites, for score, I mean gems, we edit the sprite here. What if we just edited the sprites for the object right then and there? Sprite. For each for hard sprite in hub objects. I'm just gonna yoink this. And we don't even have to do it here. We can do it after the switch case for the entire bar at once. And it is not hot sprite, it is the sprite itself. Oh wait. Am I Egypt? Sprite. Score numbers, display elements, score numbers, display data. Does this work? I'm gonna add this to all of them. Having a sprite HUD is a pain in the engine. I could have made it into a font, but no. This actually okay. I sound like I'm complaining. I'm not. I'm just. This is the boring part. But any moment, it's gonna work, and then everything will be interesting again. Oh, we are also missing update player camera change for the last score element. Seven. Oh, but the 144, 152. Come on, up, yay. Yes. We have score. We can count my count the points. Update HUD is not being called when enemies are killed, so we need to fix that as well. Is there a destroy enemy? I genuinely do not remember every single method I have in this here thing. The current enemies on screen. Where is this used? Am I adding anything to the score here? Actually, it's better to just see where I'm changing the score. Point score tally. Here. Update HUD. Update HUD. Why am I doing this in two places? Not sure. Let's see if this works. It works, I suppose. Not sure why it's not adding 1,000. No, not 1,000, but 500. It's not adding 500 because there's an addition in two places. 2050? 2300. It's adding the correct number, so I don't know why. I don't know why, but when I jump, it takes me right. That's really annoying. Disable. Why are the gems 990? There's a display error. Okay, we have the score working. The gems are a little scuffed too, I'll admit, but nothing too troublesome. So, let's make a commit. Because this is fine enough for now. The last one I want to add today is the weapon icons. But that's a whole different type of HUD object entirely, so we probably can't... Actually, we can do the switch case thing again, I guess. Score added and working. We're still missing one thing, and that's health. I am unsure how to add health right now, because if we take a look at the HUD, let's take a look at the window capture of a paint in HUD. Yep, if we take... If we take a look at paint... Boy, am I good at this. If we take a look at paint, we do not have much room left on the HUD for health. We could stuff it here, above the lives, but we'd have to represent it with a bar. So, and not a number, because right now it's 100. And there are no iframes. Maybe we should add iframes instead, and then have like a lower point amount of health. Like 6. Because 6 can fit here if we use these like half-width tiles. Alternatively, we could have 4 tiles. It'll just extend just beyond the life counter. Well, let's try and get the weapon icons going. Sorry. Right, so we need... there's technically just one element. Lives, gems, sprite 2D HUD. So let's have this be a sprite 2D as well. Weapon. Icon. Where is this used? Here. What is the case that we're looking for? Weapon name. Oh yeah, we have the ammo bar as well. We can do that later, because the ammo bar is also needs something special. No, not weapon name. It is weapon. Okay. Weapon icon. And for the weapon icon, we need to know which weapon it is, I think. What's in the folder? The debug. Debug. No, not this debug. Debug. Well, we have debug icon. Willow icon. Weights icon. And Barker icon. What we need to know is what the current weapon's name is, and just use corresponding icon. Okay. It expects to load the sprite. No. Can we just say what sprite we want? Where is the HUD elements being used? No, HUD elements is not shouldn't be used for this. We need to use the weapon name instead. So we need to string what this equals selected weapon name. No, why is it not doing this? Where is this? Oh, selected weapon 0. Do we have a list of weapons? Unlocked weapons. Unlocked weapon, selected weapon name. There we go. And now we switch case, whatever this is. Switch. What is weapon? By default. No, we do not have a default. Why do we not have a default? That's stupid. We should have a default icon. None icon. Weapon element. Weapon icon element. Right, and we use this to do everything else as well. Case debug icon. Case Barker icon. Case Fades icon. And Willow. We're probably gonna have to do something like this for the names on the HUD as well. But for the names, we don't need a default, because there's a... Actually, we do. We can just make a blank one for the default. Right, is it gonna spawn anything? No. Because none of the levels have weapon name in their data. Let's just add them. Gems. I wish I kept the image open. Score. Gems. Weapon name. Wait, why is this weapon name? Why is it not icon? Ammo left. There is no icon. Right. Weapon icon goes here. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh, it's using the HUD scale. No, we need to fix that. This is where it is. This is how big it is. 16 by 16. Right, but I think we also need to like +8 the height, because it needs to be higher. Well, it's in the wrong place. But that's because we are not updating it on the HUD. And this needs to be minus. Will it now produce an icon? Yes. But it doesn't change it yet. We could use the rabbit icon as a health indicator. And have 16 points at the max. That's pretty good. Oh, this is technically a bug, sword making you faster. But people playtesting it thought this was like a dash. So I think I'm gonna add a dash to the sword attack later. Right, this is almost fine. And what we need to do now is, well, it's being rendered, but where are we adding it to? We're adding it to hot sprites. Update HUD. But where is the oh yeah, the HUD background itself is not updated. Set current weapon. Weapon icon. Why is this not giving an error? Oh, there we go. And we basically need to do the same thing as in the rendering. Get the weapon, switch the weapon. No. 'Cause this is only one sprite, we don't need a for each. There's no eye. What's the reference sprite constructor? String directory. Actually, we still need to do something. I don't want to use link to just select the element directly. Var sprite in add objects. And if it is sprite tag weapon icon element, then we do this thing. This break is excessive. Right, does this work? It's gonna load from files for the time being. So maybe it's better to... the HUD is getting more scuffed. Oh wait, we're not calling it. No. Yes? Sprite. Weapon icon dot sprite. No, why are we editing a weapon icon? Sprite. Is there a bitmap in Sprite? Yeah. Okay. This works. Sprite.sprite. Oh, that's not like this. Cannot from sprite drawing bitmap. Yeah, we need to do this differently. Weapon icon gets its new thing, but I think we need to like load all of the sprites. So when we make the weapon icon, we also load all of the icons into itself and edit the display. Where is the weapon icon made? Reference. Well, we can, like... No, I don't want to break out of this case. Hey! Weapon icon... What is there to be added here? Why is this a sprite and not a HUD item? We need a HUD item type of thing. Because I was... HUD object. Please. Right, there's an error somewhere. Where's the error? And for HUD icon, we need to do it like this instead. Comment this out. We take this right from here. Digit BMP. We do not need digit BMP. We do, however, need a new list. List bitmap. Weapon icons. And load them from our data. Weapon icon sprites. Generate. Go to that. As a sprite HUD, we need to just now do this basically. Not debug icon. Lights icon. Parker and Willow. That is it. We have no more weapons currently. I'm gonna take a little break after I get this working, I think, and then we can continue into games. Right, there's a conversion error here somewhere. Yeah, the other ones are not made. We have debug, Bates, Parker, Willow. That is fine. Debug is item 0. This is item 1. Actually, we can just push debug all the way to the end because that's the last weapon in the list currently. We have the knife, we have the Willow as this one, then the Parker, and then the debug. This should work, I think. Non-icon. We need the non-icon as well. The non-icon is 5. So when we generate this, instead of loading it from here, we can actually... No, we can't. Weapon icons... Yes. And now we do this for the rest of the things as well. Break the break. What is this weapon? Parker. Bates. Willow. And default we will make a non-item. Break. Then we just set it, but this needs to be gone. Non-icon. Right, is this it? No. We don't need to do it here. We just need to... Yeah, all of the icons are in here. Now, let's update this where the HUD is being actually updated. And weapon icon is no longer the correct typing. HUD object. Weapon icon. That display is weapon icon. that do display elements. Debug is port or 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Weapon icon, display elements. 3. Weapon icon sprite. No. Weapon icon display the sprite. I. Weapon icon. Okay, let's write this again. I'm idiot. 3 for the barker. It is 2. I know this is like magic numbers and shit, but weight is 0. And willow is itchy. Default, we assign the non-icon, and that's the last one. 4. Set current weapon, and it is being called in update HUD, but this update HUD being called when we swap the weapon. No. Current weapon. We need to know where it is being changed. Selected weapon. Selected weapon. Where is this being changed? Here. Active weapon. Unlocked weapon. Selected weapon. Oh, this is my favorite one. We update the HUD here as well. Update HUD. And the element itself will be located in update player camera. I do wanna know, can I just do it like this? If... Can you just give me a clean if, please? Thank you. If HUD sprites I HUD objects I. No, this enumerates HUD sprites. We cannot use the same cycle for if it is an object. Can we just like skip the bullshit for each? If HUD objects I tag is weapon icon element, then I have no clue where to put it. Actually, I think I do. And it is like HUD objects I position X. Where was it? I need to run the game. I need the x to be modified by 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks. 14 by 16. The x needs to be modified. X minus 14 by 16. What is it actually? 160? 224. Why is it not there? Update sprite HUD. Is it being even added into the HUD objects? It is being generated, but is it being added? Are we reaching here at all? No. It's not in the HUD objects. Where am I changing the HUD objects? Here. No. Well, weapon icon element. No, I want to find it here. Weapon icon. When a HUD object is being made, its sprites should be added specifically to HUD objects sprite list. Is my sprite missing a tag? No, it is weapon icon element. The sprite isn't being updated with the correct bitmap. HUD objects does not have an element called weapon icon element. Does it have an element called... Am I even reaching here? I should be, because the text is being spammed into the... sorry. The text is being spammed into the console. Update HUD. This is not added into the update HUD method. Set current weapon. It is. If HUD object weapon icon. Weapon icon, display sprite, weapon icon, display element 3. Fine, we have this. Score numbers. Sprite. For each var sprite in HUD objects. When if sprite tag weapon icon element. If sprite, are we reaching here? No, we aren't. Why? Weapon icon element. Are we reaching here? Yes. What is inside hot objects? It's not being added. I am missing something. Where is hot objects being modified? We're checking it, but are we adding it? Register hot element. If sprite is hot object, is it? Oh, it's this being added into the hot sprites because we copied the hot sprite. Hot sprite only contains a hot flag. Weapon icon. Let's go to weapon icon. Where is the weapon icon being generated? Yeah, it says false. It needs to be true. Is this being updated now? Okay, disable. 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 Continue. Okay, stop. Z for each. No, no Z's. This is a 2D game. Right, we have to start. It's almost in the correct place. Yes. Okay, so we're off by two blocks for the update player camera. Update sprite HUD. And weapon icon, we need 32 here more. 260? No, 256. There we go. This should do it. Oh god, the HUD is so laggy. For a preliminary HUD, I think this is fine, but it is actually more taxing than the entire game. Okay, so I think I'm done with this for today. We will. Yeah, I'm happy. This is coming along nicely, even though it is scuffed as hell. Yes. The jumping is still delayed, but it no longer stops the running. Once I start addressing the Windows API directly and not the window, the controls should get a lot smoother. Ah. Why is the corner kicking me out? Yeah, this is a bit of a pinball level indeed. Where has the hut gone? Huh? That is strange. It's not supposed to despawn when you reload the level. Is it back at the start? Nope, it is not. No. I am gonna cheat. Right, let's try with this 2-part level. Yeah, the HUD gets respawned, despawned because it does not exist in the level data for the other room. Oh, this is annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna fix that later, because everything can be fixed later. But thank you for watching. I will be back today soon. I just need a little break. Oh, right, the commit. What is this music? We're gonna basically have to do the same thing for the weapon names. But enough of that for now. Bye.